Hello, beautiful world. I had an inspiration I got from observing a little of my hobbies and different interests in life that makes me grow and evolve. I would like to talk about today's politics and how it is really supposed to make everything become more of what we are supposed to do and less of the old and keeping stuck with the old. The young generations, those that are the future, are the ones that have the energy, the willpower to actually get into work and to get into motion the different changes and the different, what should we call it, enhancements of living for all. And the old God, the elder generation, are meant to be there to guide, to ground, and to lead the young until a certain point, to where the young is going to take over and start new reforms. Of course, the old will have a little part of it because you have to keep things grounded in certain playing rules so that not everything will become chaos. But we are meant to always renew, always put in new energy, always putting in new changes for us humans to grow and evolve. If we don't do it, the system becomes decadent, the system becomes stagnant, and you feel that there is, God knows, so many young people that doesn't fit in this system because they don't feel it right. They can't conform to the system because they know it's wrong. They know there is something deep within that is not benevolent to our growth and to our future. To actually focus on the environment, to focusing in on harmony with nature, to preserve and to enhance and to protect life and the right to live here in this world. This is values that we are completely neglecting. Everything is become numbers. Everything has become statistics. Everything has become diagrams. And how can you study living beings in a diagram? You can't put 100 people with the same kind of aspects in life because of some experiences and say they are the same, and that they have to have the same solutions, everyone. Every single individual being are unique and need their own individual plan, growth, path, and journey in life. And to choose the second best, to choose just to conform because you feel that you need to fit in, to feel that you actually have to survive, to have a home, to have a job, to have a family, to have a dog, and to have a car. That is the standard today. And when you're done with that, you will settle down and you will not do anything else with your life anymore. We're taking up a lot of space. We're taking up a lot of solutions that have become problems instead. So, that is why to change our focus away from all the problems and to start loosening up the problems one by one by focusing in on the right priorities. Not saying we are going to crush everything and start a complete reform, but to actually start to do reforming, to do enhancements, to do betterments, instead of personal gains in the political life. Personal gains has nothing to do in the political life. Personal gain is evil in the political life. It brings corruption, it brings everything else than solutions. To be a politician means a public servant. You're working for humanity. You're working for the people you are actually leading. I'm not saying every politician and every system is full of faults and corrupted. But we are seeing more and more destruction and pain in the younger generation because we are not giving the baton to the younger generation. When you are over 40 or over 50, you're not supposed to be someone that leads a whole nation without having young people that influence you. You need the young people. There is fully possible to have an old ruler if the country is supposed to have a ruler. Now, the ruler system is completely decadent. Unless the ruler is some godly ruler that doesn't have any personal opinions and agendas in ruling, then it would be a ruler. But now today, no one can do that without sacrificing for the better good. To sacrifice for the better good by actually focusing in on what we want, following the dreams of how to better humanity. And when you're making that a dream that is your own, you're making a dream that is bigger than life, you're making way for the next person that wants to put their courage out there. To actually have courage to do these things, to actually have courage to try to make a difference, to try to leave a legacy, to try to leave wisdom that the next generations can use for love of all of humanity, for love of evolution, for love of growth. And not only think that prosperity brings happiness. Prosperity doesn't bring happiness. Bonds, connections, understanding, to dive deep into another person's soul, that is happiness. And happiness only comes where every single human being has woken up to the possibility of happiness through these faculties and abilities. There is a lot in life many people don't even know exists because they haven't gone in to actually understand this. The spiritual life and the metaphysical and the more conceptual worlds is what I'm speaking of. Values, solutions, control, will, love, emotions, thoughts. Those are not purely physical. They are physical, yes, and the materialistic viewpoint of it are completely in tandem with the spiritual, except that the material is a reflection of spiritual processes that is more sublime and more finer than the physical we are seeing with our five senses. There is always purpose to things. And if you don't believe it, you yourself are making yourself a worldview that is nihilistic and dead of spirit. And spirit is our life force. Spirit is giving us the wisdom. Spirit is giving us knowledge. Spirit is giving us intelligence to actually find solution to these things. I am trying every day. I am building every day to find a spiritual and a giving business that even a new form of business, a form of healing, emotional and spiritual healing in relation to the practical physical living we are living. To be able to relate to other human beings, to be able to master our own inner self, our own soul, our own life in general. To be able to do this brings a happiness and a joy and a balance that can't be substituted with any materialistic consumables you can find. It is a lasting, it is foundation, it is a ground wall that will make your foundation stand strong, even in the worst of pains, the worst of arguments, the worst of disagreements, and the worst of ridicule. Because people that have aspirations to make things better are often ridiculed for some reason. Just because they are seeing things in a more positive light, and you feel it every day, because thoughts, feelings, and sensations of such kinds, judgments, are coming and are blasted out to every human being. So when you are trying to do something good, you are always fighting against someone that wants the status quo, that wants no change. And that is what we fight inside us all the time, that unsurety, and that unsurety only comes up in relation to people that don't agree. That is why we need to completely shift our focus to who cares who agrees or don't agree. What matters is the betterment, the enhancement, the love, the connection. Who gives a shit? Who gives a flying bull about nothing will work? Nothing will work if we're not trying. That is what I want to. And we are reaching points where things are becoming critical. Things are becoming very, very scary right now. Really controlling, really. It is starting to reach certain areas of earlier rulerships that did not go as planned. I don't want to even name those, but we know what. You see the control, you see all that dark energies that seeps into the ruling and to the controlling of the countries around. We are the masses. We are the individual. We have the power. We have the strength for reform. And we can ask for it. And we should ask for it. We don't need to ask for it. We don't have to ask for it. But we should ask for it because the solution comes when action is made. We only need bravery for it. Thanks, everyone. This was a very important topic I had to get out. And thanks for all that listens to me. May the divine hierarchy, Christ, and all I honor and revere guide us to a better world and to evolution of all of humankind.